Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, man's body found on beach in Portland. A man's body was discovered with multiple chop wounds at Innis Bay Beach at a Long Road in Portland on Friday. The body, which has not yet been identified, was discovered shortly after 5 a.m. by a visitor to the beach. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, the body was observed to have multiple chop wounds to the face and the neck. The body was in a pool of blood close to the beach complex. It is the second homicide recorded in the parish in 2 days. On Wednesday, the body of 52-year-old Merlin White of Comfort Castle was found with multiple stab wounds at a house owned by her child's father. Man who broke his legs trying to escape police granted bail. 36-year-old Tina Carnegie, who suffered multiple injuries after he allegedly jumped from a hotel window after being discovered with an illegal gun, has been granted $300,000 bail. When the matter was mentioned in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, the clerk of court told the judge that the police had informed that Carnegie could not be accommodated at the jail because of his broken legs. A senior police officer also told the court that the Spanish Town Police lockup is not staffed or equipped to house Carnegie, who is to be released from hospital on Friday. Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Allain then granted bail and ordered Carnegie to reappear in court on May 17. Carnegie is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The allegations before the court are that about 7:45 p.m. on January 11, the police received the information that a man with a gun had booked into a hotel in Bogwalk, St. Catherine. Armed with a warrant, police personnel proceeded to the location, and the accused was allegedly observed inside a room with a weapon. Carnegie allegedly jumped through a window of the establishment and suffered multiple injuries. The police reportedly retrieved the gun from him, which turned out to be a Beretta pistol loaded with 2 rounds of ammunition. He was taken to hospital, where he was admitted for his injuries and subsequently charged. St. Thomas, a boy 14, dies from apparent suicide. A student of a St. Thomas High School reportedly took his life following a dispute with his father over a bicycle on Thursday afternoon. He is 14-year-old Lamar Hall of Ramble in the parish. Recalling his last moment with his son, Gary Hall told the news that his son came home sometime after 3 o'clock. Mr. Hall said about 4 o'clock, his son attempted to leave the yard with a bicycle that had a malfunctioning brake. The father said that started the dispute.
He fumbled and he said he wasn't going away with any bicycle, he was just looking at something. I say he wasn't looking at anything, he was just going away with the bicycle. And I get to him and he went back with the bicycle and put it on. I say, go and find something and do, because you always come in and want to go on the road each time you come from school. I told him he could take the broom and sweep up a part of the yard or something, because that's the way I try to grow him, that he learn to do something. He was there and I was there looking for the broom. I didn't find the broom, and he even went as far to say, I hope me not think of him and I the broom.
According to him, Lamar supposedly left the home and went down the road to his mother's house. After not seeing Lamar return the night, he suspected that he stayed at his mother's house. About 7:30 a.m. Friday morning, a cousin who was going to the river behind the house saw Lamar's body hanging from a tamarind tree. An alarm was raised and the police called. Police issued strong warning to criminals in Grange Hill, Westmoreland. Amid a spike in killings and the shootings in Grange Hill, Westmoreland, Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake visited the area on Friday and issued a stern warning to would-be criminals wreaking havoc in the community. The police chief met with his students and the school administrators at the Grange Hill High School on Friday, just over a week after 2 students, male and female, were shot upon leaving a sports day event at the institution. The police had confirmed that the male student who succumbed to his injuries was the target of the attack. Dr. Blake urged the students and those in earshot not to get involved in illicit activities. He also encouraged the gathering not to allow Grange Hill to be overrun by hoodlums. He said the current police team has been carefully crafted to stamp out criminal elements in hotspots across Westmoreland.
For the first part of the year, we had a very marginal increase. But in March, we have seen a significant spike. And subsequently, we had responded. In addition to that, we have had a change in command. We have given you someone who is no stranger to the space, Superintendent Othniel Dobson. His previous role was in a formation that has national importance. But so important was what is happening here. We had to ensure that we have the right person. And so since March, we have set up checkpoints. We know some of these criminal elements, they travel on motorcycles. Well, let me assure you that we have most of those motorcycles with us now. That has impacted their operation significantly. It doesn't have to be by way of violence. I know we have an excellent dean of discipline that we will be continuously working very closely with. And there is a program that we have that looks at coming out of our CTAC, with our CSSB, but also our CTAC. And these are the guys who youngsters fear most. But there's another side to them. And so there's a program that they have where they go inside the schools, speak to students in school, and show them from our perspective why it is not a good idea to get involved in gangs. And so let me take this opportunity to assure you that we will be in the space. We will ensure that this beautiful community remains so, and we will not yield, we will not relent, and we will not give up this community to persons with ill intent.
St. James, a double murder accused, gets a bail after a year in custody. One of the two men who were arrested and charged by the police in connection with a daring daylight double murder in downtown Montego Bay, St. James, has been granted bail after nearly a year in custody. Richard Lowe, 33, was offered bail in the sum of $500,000 in the St. James Circuit Court on Friday, his attorney Donovan Collins confirmed. His co-accused, taxi operator Ronaldo Linton, 25, was earlier refused the bail. Collins said his client is grateful he has been offered bail, noting that from day one, he has vehemently denied any involvement in any murder. He can't wait for the day when this matter is disposed of so he can get on with his life, the attorney told the news. Lowe and Linton have been charged with murder, conspiracy to murder, and the possession of a prohibited weapon related to the shooting deaths of Ramon McFarlane, 31, and Ayade Gooden, 27, on May 20 last year. The police report that McFarlane, also called the Brown Man, and Gooden, also called the Siva, both from St. James, were killed after the motor vehicle in which they were traveling was sprayed with bullets near the intersection of Harbor and Union Streets in downtown Montego Bay about 3:20 p.m. The killings occurred days after the government declared a state of public emergency in St. James. St. Elizabeth police name wanted men and persons of interest. The St. Elizabeth police have listed 3 individuals as wanted, and several others have been listed as persons of interest in relation to various crimes in the division. Wanted are Ian Brown, otherwise called the Boom June, of Huntley Castle District, Newmarket, St. Elizabeth, who is wanted for grievous sexual assault. Lincoln Leash Farquharson of Mount Pleasant District, Balaclava, St. Elizabeth, who is wanted for rape and grievous sexual assault. Merrick Edwards of Prospect District, Giddy Hall, St. Elizabeth, who is wanted for rape and grievous sexual assault. Persons of interest are Ricardo Christopher Alondo Foster, otherwise known as Richie Feelings, Haitian, 34-year-old of Giltown, Goshen District, St. Elizabeth, person of interest in relation to several robberies and shootings. Llewellyn Gordon, otherwise known as Zugi, of Roseberry District, Malvern, St. Elizabeth, person of interest in relation to robberies and break-ins. Jerome Plummer, otherwise known as Fargo, of Roseberry District, person of interest in relation to robberies and break-ins. Romel Bromfield, otherwise known as Ray, of Canal District, Malvern, St. Elizabeth, person of interest in relation to robberies and break-ins. Dewar Archibald of no fixed address, in Frequent Park District, St. Elizabeth, Drax Hall, St. Anne, and Mandeville, Manchester, person of interest in relation to robberies and break-ins. The persons are being asked to report to the Black River Criminal Investigation Branch by Saturday, May 4. They can do so with their attorney or justice of the peace.